They pounded a metal post straight into my dock. Not some flimsy stakia of vivid scarlet, no fishing sign stamped with the HOA insignia, rammed onto my land without a heads-up or permission. I was supposed to shrug it off, choke down the outrage, and slink away. But hell no. I turned the tables. Cough up for swimming, for docking, or scram. What erupted next flipped our idyllic lakeside retreat into a vicious turf war, laying bare a grotesque power grab that veered into the insane and yanked ugly truths into the open. This fiasco ignited like wildfire. Buckle up as I unravel it. I'd been soaking up paradise for 18 months in this hushed lakefront nook in northern Georgia. Post-shift from my IT grind fixing server crashes and soothing irate bosses, I'd amble to my personal pier with a rod and exhale. Nothing flashy, a solid timber walkway jutting 30 feet into the pristine, spring-sourced lake, boasting slips and a humble shed for tackle. I'd invested weekends in Flera plush seat for dusk vigils, solar glows twinkling like stars, a dock-embedded chiller for those endless base pursuits. The old owner had adored it, evident in the wall hooks and meticulous care. It was mine outright, per the deed, prime for snagging largemouths, bluegills, or sly catfish. I'd hooked my trophy 6-pounder off the tip mere months in. Zero committees, zero deadlines, zero feuds. I had dodged HOA gatherings and chit-chat, swerving chats on hedge wars or curb spats. Retrospectively, that detachment was my downfall, blind to the brewing storm. But after 8 hours of office hell, who craves extra strife? Tuesday morn, mug steaming for my dawn right, I sauntered dockward and bam. That garish intruder drilled deep, doubtless scarring the boards. No fishing per HOA mandate. I rubbed my eyes like a tuneful. Who invades to outlaw my hobby on my turf? Pro-grade menace, sealed, durable, fonts blaring from afar, HOA crest like a badge of conquest. They'd splurged on this assault. My blood boiled. This reeked of vendetta. Neighbor Mrs. Hargrove, 60s retiree ex-principal, darted over, twitchy as sin. Ethan, apologies. Last month, Miranda HOA chief dinged the Baxter clan $150 for patio gear out 36 hours over the 24 cap. She time-stamped pics obsessively. Voice hushed. She's amped enforcement, preaching norms and equity. Really, she's thrill-seeking and vacant. Clarity struck. This wasn't protocol, it was dominance. Mrs. Hargrove's pity-fear cocktail screamed. Our hood was a despot's playground. I phoned HOA at 9, wagering glitch. Bounced eternally. President Keller's jammed, callback imminent. Aides frazzled, one murmuring timidly. Her explicit commandant elaborate. As if disclosure risked exile. Alarm. Staff cowering from basics signals corrupt command. Evening grill sizzle interrupted by a stern rap foreboding thuds. Door swung to a mid-50s lady, stance defiant. Scowl volcanic in tailored jacket and clipboard clutch. Mr. Riley, Miranda Keller, HOA head. Signs for hazard and beauty upkeep. Patronizing drip, like schooling adult. My private peer deed proven. I held steady, curbing fury. We govern all affecting norms and worth. Study your pact. She wheeled off, debate null in her realm. Street opposite, Elias Thorne, aged recluse versed in decades of drama, head shook revolted. One witness to the farce. Insomnia gripped, waves taunting. This transcended Anglinga boundary shove to gauge yield. If she reshaped my haven, I'd reshape hers. Unearthed the HOA tome 47 sheets of jargon I'd skimmed buying. Brew after brew, dissecting, fuzzy unity mandates, zero fishing veto. Edicts nitpicked all post heights, hues, turf timelines like a posh penitentiary. Visual sync. Whose call? Crafted a sharp 2-pager demanding statutory basis, sections quoted, courteous yet unyielding. Perhaps bail then, but her haughtiness fueled defiance. HOA retort? Curt menace. Obey or escalating penalties. Legals no details, brute coercion, cloaked official. Hit up my Atlanta property law pal, Derek. Theoretically, if they boss my plot for collective gain, can I bill? He choked laughing. Brilliant twist. They owe for perks legit, foundational rights. Excited, pseudo-seizure sans comp. Charge asserts ownership. Probe peer fees $150-400 day, $300 balanced. Nightly, logged every Miranda clash. Her sneers skipping committee, vehicle creeps by my spot. Setup? No greed or battle lust, just serenity. Yet her intimidations fractured resolve. Former Ethan might have fled to public waters, muttering. Evolved me eyed her victim trail, secretary's quake. Ordered elite placard. Private dock. HOA folk billed $300 per use for swim, more, play. Do now? Pursuit ensues. Dawn 6, erected beside theirs, placards clashing like foes. By hour, gawkers amassed bewilderment to insight, near cheers. Mrs. Hargrove saluted. Masterstroke, Ethan. Corner crank griped. Splits harmony, crave cohesion. Faction swift. 8 o'clock, throng photographing, sparring liberties versus codes. Mrs. Hargrove spilled. Miranda's reigned 3 years, warped post-split. Angling edict unofficial her fiat. Harassed the garrison's plot as eyesore, vowed custom bans. Sidewalk doodles. Illicit marks. Banners. Improper scale. Surveillance society, spies petty sins. Whispers swirled. Peer communal once. Fabricated, cunning. Online frenzy sign snaps. Threads ablaze. Valid. HOA excess. Risky model. Calls surged. Backups on Miranda's penalties for tint mismatches. Bin visibility. Venom viral. 3 p.m. Ring, her ID. What insanity. Quake rage. Your playbook. Miranda, if you dictate my land for gain, I levy. Unused. Private then. Ban rationale. Pause grind, disconnect. Mid-quarrel cutoff. Hood halved, savior or saboteur. Chats span burbs. Wednesday Eve. Door taped summon crisis assembly. Compulsory. Thursday 7. Combat. I'd pack ammo. Hall jammed, seats crammed. Edges standing. Air thick with sweat and spite. Miranda helmed. Clipboard armed. Taut as wire. Gazes pierced as I rear-seated. Trivial opener. Finances. Green's $8K compliance advisors. Bully lawyer slush. Not playfields or pavements. Seasoned educator stood. Ban freelance. Signs disorder breeds. Next, slogans. Sales. Vulgarities. Solid thrust. Self-doubt. Agitator me. Miranda's polished spiel. Visuals of my peer. Statutes. Valuation datame as insurgent eroding rule. Claps from cronies. My cue. Dossier up. Composed march. Appreciate Miranda. But inaccuracies. For .7's loose. Norms if angling offends. So recreation. HOA signs my turf for profit. I invoice core law. Ripples grew. Elias Thorne, 40-year jurist vet, probed. Peer hours. Miranda. Undoubtedly shores hours per charter. Deceit bared. Flashed county charts. Titles. Levy stamps legit. Elias scrutinized. Authentic. Blunder hours. Tide turned backers wilted. Fence sitters surged. Mrs. Hargrove. Ethan vindicated. Miranda frantic. Still visuals. Elias. No sway on personal ground. Yank sign atone. Ovation swelled. Ballot. 28-6 mine. Miranda crimson clenched. Triumph tainted her venom vowed reprisal. Fortified. Budget cam on pier. UV dust on placard. Crook marker shine. 2 eaves. 247 alert. Feed. Worker HOA garb. Kit ready switches my board for no angling swim/more HOA turf. Prosecute breachers. Poetic hypocrisy. Allowed unfold. Self-snare. 8 sharp. Cops summoned intrusion. Sabotage. Tape solid. Badge prompt. I clip. File. Affirm. Hour on. Miranda. Handyman law. She twisted. Internal tiff. Badge. Offense universal. UV beam. Violet palms. Handyman folded. Her bid. Audio. Her nocturnal plot. Refusal failed. Elias attested. Spotted him 3 a.m. Proof deluge. Feed. Residue. Record. Oath. Collar. Plot. Harm. Shackles snapped. Bystander broadcast. HOA tyrant nabbed. Hits skyrocketed. Panel axed her 31-3. Elias temp. Public remorse. Miranda copped. $5,000 levy. Labor. 5-year exile. Shame sharper local viral parable. With Elias. HOA mended. Open polls. True upgrade no trivial terror. I enlisted guarded. Counseling equity. Tale echoed. Pleas from distant garden vetoes. Rim curbs. Feeder fights. Guided, proofs prime, resist firm. Aided 14 homes, 9 regions. Traits? Authority addicts micromanaging misery. Half year. Cafe, murmur rear. HOA guru. Miranda, shrunk, everyday garb. Not aimed so far. Post-job, board lent purpose. Regret. Forgiven but authority aids, not afflicts. She trudged, perhaps repackaged, insight etched. Dockside anew, coaching neighbor taught cast. Why cruel on fish? Power misspent bosses, true empowers joy sans harm. Buzz, fresh woes, thriving plots. Lone defiance chains evidence, endurance fell despots. Faced yours? Voice it, shift sparks tiny.